Good morning. So we're going to begin, and I'd like to let you know that this is MAPS' collaboration with Skillspire to discuss the Pathway to Tech Scholarship. And for today's agenda, we're going to do an introduction on what the PAT grant is, an overview of Skillspire, some success stories of students who've participated in Skillspire, and what the next steps in application process is like. And any questions you may have, feel free to ask us. So, our Pathway to Tech Scholarship is a collaboration between MAPS and Skillspire. We've been granted an $850,000 federal grant to provide tech training for students. So it is an 80% scholarship, and we are so excited to provide scholarships for 152 scholars. So this is a great opportunity to break into tech. All right, and here we are to welcome Yasmin Ali, our CEO of Skillspire.
Very nice to meet you all. Yasmin Ali, CEO and founder of Skillspire. Our mission is still strong. Our mission is to break down these barriers that preclude women, people of color, and other underrepresented communities who struggle to enter the tech workforce, just like you. So, if you are ready to take control of your life, of your future, and change your career, we are giving you an opportunity, and this opportunity comes with a scholarship that we are providing. So I'll let Jeff take over and tell you a little bit more about the courses. But one of the biggest differentiator, I would say, is the flexible classes. Most students from our program are working full time during the morning, and they come to us to take our courses in the evenings. So all of our courses go Monday through Thursday, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Pacific time. And then on Saturdays, we start at 9 a.m. and go until about 3 p.m. and all Pacific time. And since the longer day on Saturday is because we have about a couple of hours of live instruction and about 4 hours of labs. And we used to offer it in person before COVID. With COVID, went online, and now we're back in person. Our office is in SeaTac, very close to the airport. So for those of you that live in the state of Washington, we would love to see you in our main campus here in SeaTac. Courses are affordable. That's one of the biggest things, right? I mean, there are plenty of coding boot camps out there. But if you were to look at a comparable course, they are somewhere around 10 to 12K. So we are probably half the price of that at around 5,500 to 6,500. We've made sure that, that is affordable. And even that, it's not easy for folks. Even that, people find it very hard. And so that's the reason that we offer payment plans for about 6 months or even more sometimes. All of our instructors work in the industry and teach with us. We do have career services. We have a student success advisor who comes in, halfway through, helps you with your resume, your LinkedIn profile, does mock interviews with you, mentors you when you have maybe an interview. So yeah, I mean, I think it's a well-rounded program, and we are continuously working with employers as well to bring about internships. We completely understand that training is one part of it. And then the next part is the internship piece that is very important for the student. So we do have a couple of partnerships with companies that, once you finish the program, especially the software engineering programs, then you can go on to do an internship for 2 to 3 months. And the internship is remote, but unpaid at this time. Okay, well, these are the courses that we offer. Full stack web development. There are a couple of different courses in full stack. We do Python as well as JavaScript with React. A data analytics track consists of two courses, an introduction to data analytics and an advanced course. And then software engineering courses, we have Java with cloud computing with AWS and C# with Azure Cloud. And last but not the least, cybersecurity, which is one of our very popular courses. And I'll hand it over to Jeff to take it from here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Yasmin. So, good morning. Good morning, everyone. So, I think by now you have an idea on like what course right, you want to take, or maybe you have something in mind but needs further validation, needs more information, be 100% sure that this is the course that you want to take. Okay, so let's start first with full stack web development. So in full stack web development, we have two specializations. First is on Python, and the other is on Mern. Okay, so this full stack web development course is a 16-week course, and you'll be tackling both the front end and the back end in this course. So you can apply your creativity with the front end, and with the back end, there's ideas about creating this efficient system and the likes. Now, with our courses, I think Yasmin forgot to underscore it. It's perfectly fine to have like zero background about these courses. So we made these courses in a way that it is very beginner friendly. So if you're not yet confident with, for example, if you're interested with the full stack web development course, and you're not sure whether maybe this is your first time doing Python programming or even Mern, it's perfectly fine. Okay, so let me just turn off my mobile phone. It's okay. Yep. Can we please proceed to the next course? And later on, you can ask her questions about this different courses that we have. So we have the intro to data analytics. So I personally teach this, and if you love data, okay, if you love crunching numbers, creating effective visualizations for your organization, this is the perfect course for you. So in this course, we are discussing Microsoft Excel, SQL, particularly MySQL. We also discussed Power BI, and recently we added statistics. Okay, so we also have Python in here, but it's more focused on analytics. So basically, it's more focused on the analytics side as compared to the Python in the full stack side, in which you're focused more on how to build a website, how to manage a database. So here, we are preparing you not only to be a data analyst, we are preparing you to be a data scientist. And that's why we decided to incorporate statistics. So you'll be learning here how to do A/B testing, how to do forecasting, how to analyze complex relationships through different models, and how to create effective dashboards. Okay. And so this advanced data analytics course is like a sequel to the introductory one. So here would be more into machine learning side. Okay, see and learn how we can teach the machine to learn and identify patterns. So that is the backbone of artificial intelligence, right? So artificial intelligence is a very hot thing right now. So this course requires you to have a solid foundation about the topics that are being discussed in the introductory course. So we advise you, if you're interested in learning more about artificial intelligence, it's better that you take the introductory first and then take this after. Okay. And yep, this is also a 16-week course, same as with the introductory one. Next slide, please. So we have Java and cloud computing. So for Java and cloud computing, so this is with AWS. So this course focuses on developing Java applications, deploying them on AWS. So here, the students will learn, of course, Java programming, cloud computing fundamentals, what are the different AWS services, and how to leverage them for scalability, security, and high performance application. So this is longer as compared to the previous courses. So this is a 20-week course. Tasneem, can you proceed to the next one? So this is also a 20-week course, so C Sharp and Azure Cloud. So this course covers C Sharp programming and its integration with Microsoft Azure. Students here will learn to develop, deploy, and manage applications on the Azure cloud platform, utilizing services such as the app services, the functions, and the SQL database. So, yep, the last one, I think. Can we proceed to the next slide? Okay, so the last one is probably one of the most in demand in the industry. So cybersecurity. So in cybersecurity, we have developed a curriculum that is anchored in getting a CompTIA Sec Plus certification. So here you'll be knowing how to do penetration testing, and so many other things. So similar with the others earlier, I think this is one. Okay, if you would search for like jobs, the hottest jobs in the IT industry right now, this would definitely appear, and this is one of my favorites, cybersecurity. So probably you're looking for something for a role in the IT industry that would allow you to like work anywhere. So aside from the usual ones like software development, software engineering, and data, cyber security is one course that I can really recommend that you take. So this is something that is really hot and will be very in demand still in the future. So you might hear this in the news that there are so many hacking that's going on, and it will give you an idea that yeah, cybersecurity that will be really in demand even in the future. So yep, with maybe you have questions now in your mind and can ask them later. So these are the courses that we offer in Skillspire. So I'm very interested in knowing your questions about the courses. Okay, so we have a separate time for that at the end. Okay. So a bit of statistics here. So 76% of our students are persons of color. More than 60% of our students immigrated to the US within the last 3 to 10 years, and about a third of our students are female. And we intend to have more students that are female. Okay, a quick idea on where our graduates are right now. So we have this wonderful companies, right, in which our alumni are currently working. So we have them in Amazon, Expedia, and all of this other wonderful companies, especially Microsoft. So I think that one thing that I want to highlight here is we tailor fitted our courses in a way that we are making you market ready. Okay, so we're not just going through the topics for each of these courses. We made the courses in a way that you would pass the interviews, the technical interviews. You know how to do the work after you graduate. That's why we have projects in our courses as part of the requirement. So you'll be confident. You'll be confident that you know what you need to know. Okay. Okay, before we proceed to the eligibility requirements, I just want to add something. I think Kendra will be discussing the eligibility requirements, right? So, I think you have felt something during the time that you were watching the success stories earlier. So, one thing that we are proud of is that we try to build connections with our meaningful connections with our students. So the main differentiator of Skillspire is as compared to the other boot camp is we are a boot camp with a heart. So we give the all the necessary support even after graduation. Okay, we make sure that you have everything that you need in order to land the job that you're aspiring for. So that's the common denominator of the from the success stories that you saw earlier, and you would feel it. You would feel it. Two of those that you saw earlier were my former students, and it's just different. Once you feel that gratitude, right? That they were able to really succeed in the course. So we're hoping that we will see you in the future courses of Skillspire. And I think that's all for me. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Jeff. Good morning, everyone. My name is Kendra. I am the case manager for Skillspire. So, my job is to help determine your eligibility for the program and for the scholarship. Part of the eligibility requirements that we do have already in place are you need to be a U.S. resident, immigrant, refugee, or asylee, or a veteran. You definitely need to have a work permit. You're going to need to have a gross household income below the 50% income limits of the 2024 HUD guidelines. We're going to go over that in just a moment, too, if you have a question about that. You need to have English proficiency at an ESL level 5 or above. And then you need to have a high school diploma or a higher education or university degree from your home country. And then, most importantly, you need to be motivated to advance your education and career because that's what's really going to keep you moving forward on this path. So to get a little bit further into that 50% income, so if you look on here where it's highlighted and you see the 50% on there, and then you see where you have the family size. So if you're a family of one, in order to be eligible for the scholarship, you need to make under $52,700 as a household. If you're a household of four, you need to make under 75,350 combined household income. And if you're a family of eight, then you're going to need to be under $99,450 for a combined household income. So if you have maybe, two adults who are in the household, and then you have the rest are children who are not working, then we're going to take into consideration the combined income for those two adults in the household that are responsible for the children underneath them. So this is something when it comes time for your interview, if you have any questions and you're not really sure if you are eligible, please, feel free to ask me any questions. We can talk through it together and kind of further help determine if you are eligible to receive the scholarship. So the other thing that's really important is for you to do the application process because you're not going to qualify for sure unless you apply. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is to take the online assessment. The online assessment is about 20-ish minutes. When you're taking the assessment, this is a huge part of determining your eligibility. So you're going to want to make sure that you're doing so in a quiet area that you can focus and put your best answers forward. After you take that online assessment, the next step is going to be to have an interview with myself or with Yasmin. Your interview answers will be the next part to determine your eligibility for the program. And then after the interview, then I'll request your financial documentation. You can either give me your most recent pay stubs or your W-2s or your tax return for me to help get a little bit better of your financial situation. Once we go through that, then I'll notify you pretty quickly to let you know if you are accepted into the program and if you do qualify for the scholarship. If you see this QR code, I know there's some people in here who have already done your assessment and already have an interview booked. That's amazing. For those of you who have not yet taken your online assessment, please pull out your phone and scan this QR code so that way you can bookmark that page and begin your online assessment when you have the next opportunity to do so. And at this time, we are going to open up the floor for questions. Myself and my team members are super happy to answer any of your questions that you may have regarding the program, your eligibility, the curriculum that you're going to be learning. So please take advantage of this opportunity to ask whatever questions are on your mind. Don't be shy.
Feel free to unmute yourselves and just ask. Or Mohannet, you've got your hand up.
Yes, I just wanted to learn more. Well, thank you for all this great talk. Um, I was wondering about the scholarships. So, can you talk a little bit more towards that? So, is it like full scholarship? So, how is that like? And what if, like, if I had income and then I was unemployed? So, how does that work in that scenario?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So the scholarship is not a full scholarship. It covers 80% of your tuition. So that leaves you with a balance of, depending on the course that you select, anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500. For that balance, we do offer a payment plan, so that way you can break it down into more manageable increments if you need to. And your other part of your question, um, regarding like if your how your income is versus how it was, that's something that you're just going to let me know in the interview. If you're receiving unemployment, then you can just provide some of that documentation. If you received a letter for the company that you were working for, when your uh, employment with them was dissolved, then you can provide that to me as well. Just kind of any documentation that you can provide to help give me a good understanding of your financial situation, then that's pretty much what I'll be looking for from you. And then
Mhm.
just as we understand everybody's an individual, we understand everybody's going through different phases of life. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody on this call has, worked with the company and then not worked with the company anymore. So we definitely understand how that goes. So just let me
Mhm.
know in the interview and then
I
I'll walk you
appreciate it.
through. Yeah, yeah.
Just one more thing. So, like, in
Mhm.
these scholarships, are they like federal or are they from Microsoft? Because you guys were talking about Microsoft. The reason I'm wondering also because I'm on green card, so I'm not sure if I'm eligible.
So it's a federal grant, just to clarify. And it's up to $5,000. Well, I should say it's a flat $5,000 scholarship that you get. And typically, the out of pocket expense for the student is anywhere between 500 to 1,000, depending on the course.
And this includes green card holders too.
Yes, it does. But
Okay, amazing.
the what makes you qualify for this thing is your financials, which Kendra pointed out.
Correct. Thank you.
Can I add on that?
Sure, please.
Yeah. As I'm concerned from my own green card like status, I was informed that public means tested benefits are the benefits that we shouldn't be receiving for our immigration purpose. So just wondering if it's one of them.
Say that again. Can you clarify that?
Yeah, public means tested benefits are the benefits, federal benefits that sponsored immigrants should not be receiving. So for their immigration status. So I'm wondering if it's one of them.
We would need to look into that, but as far as I'm concerned, I don't believe we have such restrictions for this particular grant. Tasneem, you had a comment?
Oh yeah, I was just going to add on public benefits means like if you're getting government supported assistance, so that would be like EBT, which is
Food
in
stamps
different
and things.
states called food stamps. Um that's like Section 8 programs. Those are like specific housing or like Medi-Cal, those types of things. So this would not relate to that. This is separate. So you would potentially qualify if your financials indicate that. I
Yes.
hope that it clarified the answer. Mhm.
Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah, as you're
Additional
thinking, As you're
Sorry, what were
thinking
you going to
about the
say?
questions,
Hmm.
I do want to mention that our courses are live. So you have it's live instruction with the instructor, and also the labs. They're manned by a TA. So you have any problem that you run into, anywhere you're stuck when you're coding, the instructor or the TA is always available to answer your questions. That's not something that you see very, in courses. Most of them are pre-recorded courses, and you're kind of on your own to, kind of learn. And when you run into any issues, you don't know where to turn. So we do have a Discord channel as well that is very active. The instructor is there, the TA is there. You can post questions, you can network with your fellow students. So we're trying to build a community of students.
Hello,
Yes, please go ahead.
I'm asking about more about cybersecurity. Can you give us please more details because cybersecurity is ocean. Which one, which specific you are focused in networking or what part in cybersecurity?
Well, I'll take a stab at it and then let Jeff continue. So our cybersecurity course, I would say, is a foundational course. So we're not focusing on just networking or just cloud. It goes through the entire spectrum. So where we start with giving you an idea of operating systems. If you were to join a company, if you're coming completely green and were to get into cybersecurity, you know, um, we actually recommend starting off maybe like a sysadmin, because think about it. A company is going to be hesitant when you don't have any experience to hand over their assets to you, right? So you need to build up your experience, and the best way to build is to start at the bottom and work your way up. So the course that we offer, the cybersecurity program, we start with operating systems, getting you into cloud, giving you a good background in network, application security, how do web development apps, how do they interact, and what's the security layer behind those web apps. We also teach you Python, for about a week, just to get into the because when the first place that typically when a hack happens, you go to look at the logs, and the logs tell you, and you need to be able to read the code to understand those things, and that's the reason we teach Python. And then we get into the meat of the course, which is, the offensive security and the defensive security. Offensive, where you're getting into ethical hacking, penetration testing, um, and then digital forensics. So we're continuously looking at the industry to make sure that we are keeping up with what the industry demands. And just to give you an idea, just a couple of days ago, I was talking to a Amazon engineer, who's a security engineer, and he mentioned that, hey, these are some things that I think we should maybe elaborate on. So we're constantly talking with industry experts to change our curriculum or update our curriculum. So we're very open to that always. Did that answer your question? And I'm not sure who asked that.
Yeah, I appreciate. I appreciate.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Um, Said or say it?
Yeah, yeah. I also wanted to ask a question about choosing one of these courses and also specifically about the cybersecurity. One thing about cybersecurity, it's always said that it's very dynamic and you need to be on your toes and always learning. But I want to know how dynamic is that and if that's true about it. And also about the other courses, like, will there be an assessment, career assessment on the campus for those people who are not yet sure what to pursue? Like, I'm just a high school graduate. I don't know much about all these, but I think I need to do more research to choose one of them. But is there going to be any help with such situation?
Yes, absolutely. So we do. I would say about 50% of our students who are coming in don't really know which course they want to do. So I actually sit down, take out the time to understand what their interest is. We do give you the choice of, all these courses, but you might come out and say that, hey, I'm more of a, I like math. I like to crunch numbers. I like patterns. I like to look at things and then create a story. Then maybe data is the course for you. If you say that you are, most people who've done some sort of coding, prefer to go into backend software engineering, and that's pretty clear. Then it's Java or C sharp. Cybersecurity, yes, it is very dynamic. I mean, I don't have to say that because, all the hacks and phishing and everything that's happening is, it's just getting much more sophisticated day by day, right? So you need to put on the hat of a hacker and be able to think, what's going to come next, right? So that's what cybersecurity is. Yes, cybersecurity, and I want to have a, put down this thing as a caveat because everybody wants to get into cybersecurity. But keep in mind that it does take a pretty long time to get really familiarized with the industry, with the cybersecurity pathway. That's not, I'm not trying to discourage, but I'm just telling you to just set expectations. You should give yourself at least a year to finish the course and then follow it by with some sort of certification, which is the CompTIA certification. And also, a lot of students, the next step they do is to build their own home labs to kind of, get a little bit more sophisticated in the cyber arena and, see how next, yeah, how you can ethically hack or, build network. So these are some of the things that, our students do. And, on top of it, say if you do need to have a one-on-one meeting to kind of go over your personal background, what your interest is, I would, we would absolutely be available to do that.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We're a small group, so please feel free to ask any questions that you have.
Okay, I can ask a question. How many days for the course?
Sorry?
How many days? How many days?
Oh, so typically most of our courses are 16 weeks long, and they go Monday through Thursday, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Pacific. And Saturdays, it's 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Cybersecurity goes from 12 noon to 6 p.m. And we just started, just last week, we had a slew of courses that just started. It's not too late to register. We started cybersecurity. It's just been probably just a day of class. We had a Python full stack and a JavaScript of the React full stack. And I believe next week or the 26th is the intro to data analytics that's starting. So if you're interested in any of those courses, feel free to reach out to us right away.
Thank you.
Well, team, do you have anything that you want to add?
I do have one more thing. In case a student, so this was a common questions asked. So in case students do not qualify for the scholarship, are there any other means? So I do know you guys have the
Yes. Yeah, so we do have a Skillspire Foundation, and as part of the foundation, we are able to provide scholarship. It may not be $5,000, but you do get a good amount of scholarship as part of that. And again, that goes back to your financials as well. And I think I saw a question from Caleb. What about out of America? Unfortunately, this is for residents, US residents at this time.
Mhm. Yeah. We do have time for two more questions if anybody wants to ask anything specific about these courses. They do, in the past, if we've had students who have something happen in the middle of the course. So Yasmin, what happens? Let's say I took a data analytics course and in the middle of my course, I'm not able to complete it. What would you recommend?
So
I do.
I guess number one, try not to, when you take on a course, this is 4 months. Take it seriously. And if, emergencies happen, and if you're not able to attend, all of our courses are recorded. So you do get the recording. And in cases where you feel like, hey, I didn't get a good understanding because I had to miss classes because of some, personal reasons, in extreme circumstances, then that we work on a case by case, and we may offer you the opportunity to come back and take it again. But that's only, in very rare cases.
Okay, thank you. What if I get the grant and I decide that I no longer want to do the course? What happens to students who obtain a grant and do not complete the course?
So if it is once you enroll, and about a week is what you get to add or drop. And within that time, you need to decide whether you're going to move forward or not. And then after that, if you do drop halfway through or later, then you would have to pay it back. Because keep in mind that, there is somebody else that could have made use of this scholarship. And, so we want to be very careful and thoughtful about that. So make sure that you're able to invest the time, and when you enroll into a program, that you come in committed.
All right, thank you very much. I think this is a very exciting opportunity. And if you haven't taken the assessment, please do. We have one time for one more question. Sayed Ahmed.
Yeah, not a question, just a thought. I mean, everything uh, feels exciting about this opportunity, and I'm very ready for this. So I hope we all get to start and enjoy the classes and have a good time in the class, because as you have mentioned about the teacher, how helpful they are, the curriculum and the mentorship. I mean, it's exciting. No, I mean, anyone interested in tech would love an opportunity like this. So uh, thank you so much, guys, for such an opportunity.
Mm,
Yeah, you're welcome.
yeah.
Have you already enrolled, Saeed?
No, I haven't. I just saw this on the website on the Muslim Association, and then um, I mean, then I did the assessment, and now today I have the interview, and we'll see where that goes.
Awesome. Good luck.
Luck. Well, thank you,
Thank
everybody.
you.
That would conclude our info session. We're super excited to present this opportunity, and please take the assessment as the next step to a brighter future. Thank you, Kendra, for that
Yeah,
line.
I just saw that Ahmed Eldon just joined late. If you have questions, just reach out to us personally, and we'll be happy to answer. Thank you,
All
everyone.
right. Thank you,
Thank you, everyone.
everyone.